Okay guys, welcome to the AKA, and this is a newbie video. So what we're gonna do here is quickly go through some menu options here, and hopefully this will help you guys hopefully maybe learn some new things, or the newbie guys, the guys that are wanting to learn a little bit more. I'm gonna show you the basic functions of the main screen, but I'm gonna focus more on settings. So of course, here's where you can pick your tank, your consumables, your equipment, etc, etc, etc. So what we're going to focus on is on the top left hand side we have a main menu. So you got news, platoon, account, service record, clans, and settings. Disconnect server will be something in the future that I'll explain later, but let's concentrate on settings. Let's click on settings. So here is where you can start with your graphics controls, markers, and other. So we're gonna start with graphics. So if you can notice, I have mine on pretty much low, everything except tank quality, and my shadows I have on currently. And grass is off, grass's sniper mode is off, and HD textures, as you can see, I have that off. The reason I have that off or so low is because I play usually on my mobile phone, so I have a 4G connection. The reason that you want to be play with this a little bit is because you can lag really badly if you're on a high graphic rate. So your frames can actually go down to 20, which is honestly not really good. So you want to be at 33 to 40 frames when you're playing, and this will give you a big advantage over the players because you'll be able to react faster, shoot faster, turn faster, make sharper turns, and a little bit, the more frame rate, the bigger advantage you have. So this is something I recommend that you guys play with and adjust to your internet settings as far as your bandwidth and how good your connection is. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to basically show you about controls. This is very important, guys, because controls basically allows you to basically adjust how your controls are set up, and it's very important to know some of the basics because it'll help you out to make better decisions and be better at driving your tank. So we're gonna start with controls, and as you can see, we have a couple of settings here. So we'll start with auto aim. There's enabled, arcade, with button, and disabled. I actually like playing with button. So what that does is that I can turn it on and off when I'm in battle. So this comes in handy with sniping, and I'll show that later. So here we have left hand if you're left-handed, or you can flip your consumables. So however you want to set up your screen. This is really important one, guys. Secondary fire button, I highly recommend you turn it on. Also lookout area, I highly recommend it to leave that on. What it does is it allows you to look around without rotating the turret. This actually, it helps you to drive and move your turret, and it's a big advantage if you master how to drive with lookout area in certain situations. As you can see, you also have camera sensitivity, joystick sensitivity, and dynamic joystick. I like camera sensitivity at 118%, especially when I have lookout area enabled, and I'll show you later why. So joystick sensitivity is at 50%. I guess I have it low because lately my tank will like suddenly break in the middle of moving, and I'm not sure if it's my control, so I'm still kind of playing with it. Dynamic joystick is just, it's up to your preference. So now once I have that up, guys, you see where it says controls, right? And you're in the screen, click other on your far right. So on this side, oops, excuse me. So when you're on controls, actually go to controls, and you see customize touch controls editor. So let's start from the top. So we're gonna go graphics, controls, first bar says customize. So here you see how my stuff is set up. As you can see, here is where you can basically set up your controls. So here I have my fire button here and my pad here. Now you notice that I have my auto aim button on. You see right there, I have it right there. I can turn it on and off when I'm sniping. So I have my view over here, and I have my other button here. So when I'm driving, I can fire, or when I'm trying to aim my tank, I can fire with this button, and snipe and aim with that button. So it takes a little bit of practice, but I like using it. So on this side you got your consumables. That's up to you how you want to set it up. Again, these are just suggestions, and this is the way I have it set up to pick your heat, your APCR or armor piercing rounds. So now you notice on the bottom it's kind of blocked by my Bison, but that's where I have my lookout bar. So what that allows you to do is rotate your view without rotating your gun turret. Why is that important? Well, if you notice, some turrets are really slow to turn. So in some battles, you want to go ahead and pre-aim. In other words, if you know there's a tank ahead of you, start aiming in that direction so you won't have to fully make a long turret turn and get hit unnecessarily because you're not ready. So I like using it, and I actually can drive with that button too. So I can drive, leave my turret alone, and be ready to fire. So um, so this is just the way I have mine set up. You guys can set it up. I put my tank right here as far up as I can to kind of, I don't know, it helps me to kind of drive the tank when I'm in that view a little bit better, and I have it as large as possible. And here's where you can set your size of your icons, is this top slider. So that's that for this screen. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know or post a question on the comment box. So we're gonna hit the top left corner and hit back. Markers. This is really, I think, kind of interesting because I know I have mine set it up to fight. What do I mean? Okay, so standard, what I do is I actually turn for my team. I turn everything off. Why? Because when I'm in battle, I want to have a clear view of my enemy as possible. So I just basically leave the health and the type of tank that's on for my allies. So the less is better for me. You guys may want to see your friends. When I record, I usually turn my friends' names on when I put y'all on YouTube, but regularly I really don't like doing that. So now for enemies though, I put everything on. The tier, the type of tank, the name, the health. Why? Because when you're hunting these tanks down or they're camping, it's like a big red flag. So the more I can see them, the better off I am. As far as the story tanks, again, I turn that off so I can leave the battlefield uncluttered, so I can get a clear view of the field. And so that's how I do that. So just as you can see, I have everything pretty much off, and then on enemies pretty much on, and just the type of tank and health on my allies. So now going back to other, and as you can see, these are my settings. I have HD sound off because I don't have the greatest internet connection, so I go ahead and leave that off. Volume, of course, is self-explanatory. So that is basically the custom menu, your graphics, your controls, your markers, and other. The one that I have trouble finding sometimes is controls to set up my view. So remember, it's controls, touch controls editor, and there you go. This is really important, guys. I hope I'll give you one more shot at this, and I'll stop my lesson there, guys. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope this video helps you out, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna post another video on another part of the menu. So this is lesson number 1 for the newbie, guys.